Good morning, and welcome to the 2021 Women Business Leaders Forum Conference. My name is Julie, and I'm honored to have been asked to be a part of this engaging event. I would like to extend my deep appreciation to SKC and Company, the Entrepreneurs Accounting Firm, for sponsoring both myself and my partner, Bill Amos. This morning, I will guide you in a gentle yoga practice, which will ground you in the present moment, calmly energize the body, and focus the mind to support you for the day's inspiring talks. So let's begin. Go ahead and find your way into a comfortable sitting position. You can either be seated on the floor, or if you prefer, you could also sit in a chair, whichever way serves you best. If you're sitting on a floor, you may wish to have a folded blanket or something that lifts your hips up so that way your knees can fall below the hip level. If you're sitting in a chair, just find your way into that chair and ground your feet to the floor. We'll take our time to center ourselves. So go ahead and place your hands on your knees or your thighs and shift a bit. Go ahead and find a little bit of movement until you find a place of comfort. And once you've found that place of comfort, you can begin to gently close the eyes or just soften your gaze. Begin to relax your facial muscles. And take a few moments and notice all the places and points that are making contact with the floor or whatever you may be sitting on. Notice and be aware of those points of contact that are providing stability, foundation, anchoring, and grounding. If you'd like, you can even imagine that you have roots growing out, going down deep into the earth, spreading wide and deep, solidly anchoring you to this place. Allow your breath to be natural, flowing in and out. And with feeling that grounding and support, allow your attention to go to the base of your spine. Rest your awareness at the base of the spine. And on your next inhaling breath, travel up your spinal column, feeling its natural curvatures and length. As you get to the top of your breath, the top of the inhale, rest on the tops of your shoulders for a moment. And then as you exhale, the breath comes out, slide your attention down the back of your body. Allow yourself to do this a few times. Your inhale, travel up the spinal column, resting at the tops of your shoulders. Exhale, glide down the back of the body. Maybe one more time. Now slowly shift your attention and your awareness to the front of the body. Notice your abdomen, your rib cage, the lungs, and the heart. And bring your attention to the tip of your nose. Feel the breath drawing in, passing through the nasal passages, on its way filling you up. Filling you up with whatever it is that you need to nourish you. And as you exhale and release whatever no longer serves you. And you can take your few moments just noticing that. The breath filling you with all you need. And exhaling, releasing all that no longer serves. In your own time, when you feel ready, allow the palms of your hands to begin to join together at the heart. And you can take this moment here to perhaps set an intention or maybe a dedication or an affirmation or even just a word for your practice, perhaps for the day ahead, for the conference. And we'll bring a full deep breath in through our nose. And then allow for a long, slow exhale out. You can begin to release the hands and just float them back down to your knees or your thighs. If your eyes were closed, you can begin to softly blink them open, but allow the gaze to just remain down for a moment or two. And then when you feel ready, you can lift your gaze. Good. Take a breath in and bring your shoulders forward and up. As you breathe out, release the shoulders back and down. Good. And do that again. Inhale, bring your shoulders forward and up. And exhale, release them back and down. Maybe one more time. Good. Give yourself a little shake out. Go ahead and move through the arms and the hands. Open and close the fingers. Spread them nice and wide. And curling into fists just a few times. And then shake it out again. And extend the arms down out by your sides. You're going to feel this energy flow off the top of your shoulders, down the arms, cascading out through the fingers. Turn and rotate the palms up. You'll feel an opening through the chest and heart here. A nice long neck, sides of the neck here. And when you're ready, on an inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Feel the length through the sides of the body here. And then as you exhale, just float the arms back down. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. And exhale, float them down. And one more time, we'll sweep our arms overhead. And this time, we're going to bring the hands together and interlace the fingers. Begin to turn and rotate your palms up. Good. The elbows might need to be nice and bent here. Draw the shoulders down, and we'll actually just find a little bit of a lean from side to side. Again, giving us this nice extension through the sides of the body, sides of the ribs. Good. Come back to your center. Release the hands, and as you do, you're going to slowly twist to your right. I'll mirror you here. You're twisting to your right. This left hand could come to the right knee or the right thigh. And then slowly you'll come out of that twist. Again, we're going to sweep our arms back up. Interlace the fingers as the hands come together. Turn and rotate your palms back towards the sky and find that bit of side to side movement. And then coming back to your center, you're going to release, and this time you'll twist to your left. Slowly, you'll come back. We'll sweep our arms overhead. As we exhale, our palms are going to come to touch, and the hands are going to lower down to the heart, finding a pause, a moment here. Then continue on and bring the hands down in front of you and walk the fingers forward. Slowly, keep the natural length of your spine here. Notice the shoulders. Create more space from the tops of the shoulders to the ears. Take a full breath in through your nose. And then as you exhale, if you'd like to, you could continue on, rounding the spine and just folding forward, taking a few breaths and a few moments here. Slowly, you'll allow yourself to rise back up. Good. Go ahead and place your hands in front of you, and we're going to rise up onto our hands and knees now. You can move anything off to the side that you may have been sitting on. If you need any extra little bit of cushioning for your knees, you can always place a folded blanket if you'd like. So we'll find our way into a tabletop position. Our wrists are falling below our shoulders as our hands are about shoulder distance apart. Fingers are spread, firming down into the hands, into the floor. And we'll just find a bit of a swing of our hips here. So you'll just swing the hips slightly from side to side. And then we'll come into a movement, some cat-cow. So begin to tuck your toes under. And as you take a breath in, allow the belly to soften down slightly towards the floor. Your hips will stay lifted, and you'll slowly lift your gaze as your shoulders release down. As you exhale, you'll come back through. The top of the feet then can flatten back out. And we'll curl our tailbone slightly under as we round our spine, and our gaze will draw to our knees or our thighs or hips. In your inhale, you'll begin to again soften back down. Toes tuck under. And exhale will come through and round. Maybe a few more times of this. Just feeling that gentle undulation of the spine. Great. One more time. Softening down to that cow. And as you exhale here, we'll keep our toes tucked under and then just come back to that neutral table. From here, you can either stay in this table-like position, or you can sit your hips back slightly towards your heels. As you do this, make sure your fingers are spread. You're really pressing and firming down into the hands. And we can slowly begin to peel our knees up, coming towards a bent knee, high-heeled downward facing dog. So the heels are high here, the knees are bent, and we're feeling the length of the spine as the backs of the thighs draw up, and the extension of the spine. If you'd like, you could begin to bend one knee at a time, kind of shifting the weight, pedaling through the legs and the feet, finding any movement that works for you. And then you'll just settle into your downward facing dog. So whatever that looks like for you. The heels may be high, the knees may be bent, or you may begin to lengthen the legs and sail the heels back. And allow yourself to take a few breaths in and out here, just being fully present. And then slowly, we'll begin to walk the feet in towards the hands, or maybe the hands and feet in towards each other, as we make our way towards a standing forward fold. Our knees are nice and soft, backs of the thighs drawing up, crown of the head is heavy here. And you'll just take a few breaths in and out. And slowly taking your time, we'll begin to round up. Vertebra by vertebra, the chin is towards the chest and the head will rise last. We'll sweep our arms out and up overhead. The palms will come to touch, and the hands draw down to the heart. And we'll just take a moment here, observing and notice how you're standing in yourself. Feeling that connection and rootedness. And then slowly go ahead and release and lower your arms down by your sides. Good. Take a breath in and sweep the arms back up overhead again. As you do, you're going to slowly peel your left heel up. So your right leg, your right foot is going to be the standing and support leg now. So root down through that right foot. At the same time, try not to sink into your right hip here. Engage through your core and the core muscles here that will support us. You're going to engage that so that way you can draw up at the same time that you're rooting down. Slowly from here, I want you to begin to send your left leg back behind you. Your right knee is going to begin to bend. As you do this, you're going to turn your left toes out slightly and lower the whole foot. Anchor it down. Good. Your hips and your shoulders are facing your forward direction, and our arms are are up overhead. This is a warrior one pose. It's a position and pose of grounding, strength. That front right knee is in line over top your ankle or slightly behind. Taking a few breaths here. Good. And begin to bend the elbows. Bring them to kind of like cactus-like arms here. Palms facing forward, fingers up to the sky. Feel it opening through your chest. Maybe draw the arms back a little bit, feeling even more of an opening. And then draw the forearms in towards each other. Inhale, open the arms back up. Exhale, bring the forearms towards each other. And then one more time, opening back up. We'll hold here again. And then we're going to draw the elbows in back behind us towards each other. As we lift up through the chest, our gaze will rise up just naturally here. Come back to your center and draw the arms back up overhead. Begin to peel that left heel up. As you do, spin the foot slightly so the bottom of the heel presses back to the wall behind you. This is a high lunge here. You can lower the hands down towards your hips and soften this back knee, maybe even a little bit of a bob up and down. And we're going to push off the back foot, the back toes, and step the leg in. Good. Take a moment, just kind of pedal through the legs and feet, release, maybe even shake a little bit out. Good, and we're going to do everything else at all on the other side. So draw your arms down by your sides again. When you're ready on an inhale, you're going to sweep them overhead. And this time you're going to peel your right heel up. So your left foot is the standing foot, the left leg is the support leg here. Engage through your whole core. And then slowly, when you're ready, send that right leg back behind you. The left knee is going to bend. Again, you're going to turn the right foot out slightly and anchor the whole foot down. Left knee is in line with the ankle or slightly behind. And I didn't say this on the other side, but I like to think of the legs as like on train tracks here. So that way I have a nice wide stable base here instead of the legs kind of one behind the other. Give yourself a moment in your warrior one. And then begin to bend your elbows, coming back into those cactus arms. Let me draw them open a little bit more. And then as you exhale, bring the forearms in towards each other. Inhale, open. Exhale them together. And then opening. We'll hold here. And then we're going to draw those elbows back behind us and in towards each other as we lift up through the heart. Gaze will rise up just naturally. Slowly you'll come back, sweeping the arms overhead one more time. And you're going to peel that back right heel up. Spin the foot slightly as the bottom of the heel presses to the wall behind you. Here's our high lunge. Lower the hands down towards your hips. Soften that back knee, maybe a little bob. Push off of the foot and step it back in. Great. Give yourself a little bit of a shake or a little bit of bending of the knees and the shake out. Then go ahead and open your legs nice and wide. Find a wide open stance here. Feet are parallel. You can bring your hands back towards your hips for a moment, just grounding down through each foot, the right and the left. And we're going to open the hips a little here. So I want you to turn and I'll mirror you. So go ahead and turn the right foot. And begin to bend that knee so that it lines up over the ankle. And you can adjust your stance however you'd like. The hips and the shoulders are facing forward, but which will now be the side. That knee again over top the ankle and in the direction of your third or fourth toe. Once you have that from the ground up, I like to say start from the ground up. So once you have your foundation, the lower half of your body, you can draw your arms out to the sides, off the shoulders, and turn your gaze over your front right fingers. And here's a side warrior. You'll take a few breaths here. And then on your next inhale, you're going to slowly rotate your right palm up to the sky, lower that left hand back to the left, back of the left thigh, and sweep the right arm overhead. Here's a windswept or peaceful warrior. Feel the opening through the right side of the body. And then on an exhale, go ahead and just come back to that side warrior. Good. On an inhale, we'll sweep it back. And as we exhale, we come back to the side warrior. One more time. And on our exhale, we'll come back to our side warrior. Ground down through that right foot. We'll slowly lengthen the knee. And we'll turn the right toes back. Good. Take an inhale. Sweep your arms overhead. As you exhale, you're going to keep your knees soft and begin to hinge from the hips as you slowly draw your chest forward. Your hands can now lower down to the legs. Maybe slide down to the ankles, come to the feet, or maybe they rest on the floor. And wherever you are, you can just begin to find a shift from side to side, moving slowly. Good. Take your time and come back to your center. As you breathe in, begin to lengthen your spine. You'll come onto the fingertips or your hands are on your legs. The gaze is slightly forward. And we'll slowly bring ourselves back up. Good. Inhale, arms sweep out. As you exhale, you're going to lower your hands down towards your hips. And this time we're going to turn our left foot. Begin to bend that knee to settle into side warrior. Again, adjust your feet and your stance how you need to. Start from the ground up, build your foundation. Then when you're ready, you can extend the arms out your sides, off the shoulders, and slowly turn the gaze over the front left fingers. Take a few moments and a few breaths here. And then on an inhale, you're going to turn and rotate that left palm up. Sweep that left arm overhead as the right hand releases back to the back of the right thigh. And then on an exhale, you'll come back to your side warrior. An inhale sweeps back. Exhale, side warrior. And one more. And exhaling, coming back. We'll firm down through that left foot, slowly lengthen the knee, and turn the left foot forward. Lower your hands down to your hips. We're going to turn one heel in at a time as the toes turn out. We're going to bend our knees and sit between the legs. Good. If you want, you could find a bit of a shift from side to side here. And then center between the two legs. Firm down evenly through both feet. Keep those knees drawing open, opening through the hips. Press down through both feet evenly and slowly lengthen your legs. Turn one foot forward and then the other. Bend both knees and step the feet in. Good. Pedal through the legs and the feet. Shake it out. And then go ahead and take your time and find your way back down to sit. And extend your legs in front of you. Ground and anchor down through the sitting bones. Keep your knees nice and soft here. You may need to even actively bend them, especially if you have tight hamstrings. So allow yourself to do that. Also, if you need to sit on the edge of a folded blanket, go ahead and prop yourself up a little bit. You might find some ease and comfort for your low back. So take a breath in and sweep the arms up. Now as you exhale, go ahead and send your chest forward. Reach for your shins or your ankles. And then slowly go ahead and come back up. We'll sweep our arms out and up overhead. As we do, we're going to lower the arms down in front of us and then sweep them back behind. Palms of the hands to the floor, fingers facing forward. You'll bend one knee at a time as the soles of the feet return to the floor, knees to the sky. Wrists are under the shoulders. You're going to ground down through the feet and the hands. As you do, as you press down, you're going to lift up through the chest and heart. Gaze will rise up. And you can stay right here, or if it serves you, you could lift your hips up. This is coming towards a reverse table. Slowly go ahead and release back down. Lower down onto your forearms. Widen the feet apart a bit and swish the knees from side to side. Just a gentle windshield wipering of the knees. Release the low back here. And then bring the knees back up. Walk the feet in a little bit closer and take your time to lower down onto your backs. Keep the soles of the feet to the floor. Walk the heels in a little bit closer to you and firm the arms down, palms down. Ground down through the feet. As you do, you're going to feel this charge, this energy coming up through the ankles and through the legs, and it's going to lengthen your back, your low back to the floor. And continue that. Begin to slowly peel the hips up, coming towards a gentle bridge. And you can lift this as high as you'd like to, waking up the front of the thighs, drawing the shoulders back and down. Keep the inner thighs hugging in towards each other. And then slowly, when you're ready, peel yourself back down. You can swish the knees from side to side here. And then draw the knees back up to center. And one at a time, hug them in towards the chest. Just a nice tight squeeze in. You can open the knees to open the hips here. Let's take a few breaths. And then slowly bring the knees back to center. Lowering the feet down to the floor. And go ahead and send one leg out at a time. Draw your arms up overhead. Take a full breath in. Exhale it out. Lowering your arms down by your sides. You'll find a final place of comfort here and rest for a few moments. Allow your legs to be slightly separated. If you need to support your body in any way by putting a pillow or a folded blanket behind the neck and head, or if you need to roll a blanket and place it behind the knees, go ahead. Find that place of comfort and support that you need. And you'll just give yourself a few moments here. Feel the weight of the body settling down. The fingers are naturally curled. You can slide your mind's eye through the body, noticing any places of unnecessary tension, any places that you may be gripping or tightening. And if you find such places, allow yourself to bring a breath in. And as you exhale, send the breath to that place and silently say to yourself, relax. Slowly in your own time, you can begin to deepen your breath and invite some small movement to begin to return to your fingers and toes. When you're ready, you'll bend one knee at a time as the soles of the feet return to the floor. And take a slow roll to a side. Allow your head to be supported by your arm or blanket or pillow here. And find a pause, a moment of gratitude. Give thanks to yourself for your practice. And acknowledge anything else you may be grateful for in this moment. And firm the hand, that top arm down into the floor. And take a slow rise up. Coming up very slowly. Making your way into a comfortable sitting position. Allow your sitting bones to be anchored down, your spine to lengthen up naturally. And we'll draw the hands together at the heart and offer a soft bow of the head. May I be well. May I be happy and content. May I be free from danger and suffering. May I be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be happy and content. May you be free from danger and suffering. May you be filled with loving kindness. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy and content. May all beings be free from danger and suffering. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. Thank you so much for sharing this gentle yoga practice with me. I wish you a wonderful conference, many blessings, and much wellness always. Namaste.